How you guys doing? You like my new setup? I mean, this is not what I wanted. This is not the optimal like thing that I wanted to do for you guys, but it's a little better. It's a little better. My beard is growing out. I've had so we had a few hiccups. Had to freaking postpone podcast for a day. But I made it up and I did 2 podcasts in one episode. So we're up to, I think, 11 now. It's crazy. We're at 11 episodes. It's really awesome. So that being said, how you guys doing? How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you guys are having an amazing time. I hope you guys are good and having a good time wherever you guys are, because I know it's a little crazy out there right now. But if you guys are having a bad time, I hope you guys find this video. And with that, relax. Sit back, kick up your feet, sit by a fire. If you don't have a fire, grab a YouTube video. I heard they help. And with that, let me relax those eardrums. Alright guys, so this episode, I decided to do a little something different. As you see, I got a cigar case, and I got my cigars lined up. So today, I don't know what cigar to smoke. I'm kind of like, what to smoke? I like this one. This one's a good cigar right here. But I kind of want to save that. I like the Perez, but you know what? Let's try this Black Label here. YouTube, I do not promote smoking or anything like that, but if you guys catch me looking over here, it's just to check if my camera is still working and on. But today I thought we'd talk about anime. Don't know, I thought it would be really nice to talk about. Something I don't normally watch, but when I do watch it, I get really into it. And it'll lead me to it'll make sense when I start talking about it. Of course. So, thought this episode would be nice to talk about anime. I was thinking about talking about dreams and nightmares, but let's talk about anime. Such a crazy topic. Also, I decided not to drink coffee. Decided to drink some Coca-Cola because honestly, Coca-Cola tastes much better with cigars than coffee, because coffee kind of makes it much more bitter than what it is. And man, it doesn't fuck me up. So, talk about anime. You know, I remember back in the day I used to watch a lot of anime like Gundam and Dragon Ball Z. Even Zoids, if you guys remember Zoids. Zoids was a good show. Damn, that show was really good. Competed with I think with Gundam, right? Gundam was like was really good as a kid too. It was a fun show to watch back in the day. Gundam and Zoids, but the show that you had to watch, the show you had to watch when you were a kid was Dragon Ball Z. If you weren't watching Dragon Ball Z, you wasn't watching anime. You didn't know nothing about anime. By the way, this is back in the day though. This is back when the internet wasn't like really big or anything like that. When the internet was in its infancy, And when you like looked up pictures and you saw like Dragon Ball, you saw Super Saiyan 4, and you were like, "What the fuck is that? That looks crazy!" And you thought every fucking artwork of Dragon Ball Z was real. Because of course somebody found that artwork and then in a new episode of Dragon Ball Z you saw Super Saiyan 3 and you're like, "Oh shit, I saw that on the internet. I saw that picture on the internet. Oh snap." Spoilers of the early like 90s, 2000s, right? Or early 2000s, like 2001, 2002. I don't remember exactly when, but I remember it was around that day, around those times. And people and my friends used to draw. Well, one of my friends used to draw like Dragon Ball Z characters, and I used to like mimic him. I can't draw for shit, but I try to mimic his art style, and I almost got it, almost. But those were the days, man. Back like sitting down, watching Dragon Ball Z. Everybody and their fucking moms used to watch Dragon Ball Z. Remember when GT came out, before people knew GT was bad. Before this is when GT first came out, and it was like this whole thing. Oh, Dragon Ball GT is coming out, and then people used to ask like, "Oh snap, what time does GT start?" I'll be like 6:30 or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly, but I remember it used to be. They used to ask me, my father-in-law, excuse me, I said father-in-law, my stepfather. We were in the car together, and it was me, him, and his brother, and we're outside, and there he was like looking at the time. He was like, "Oh, by the way, my nickname for my family is Chucho," so which is funny, but they're like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, Chucho, what time does Dragon Ball GT start? What time is that new episode?" And I'll be like, "Oh, it's this time. I remember it's this time." And they'll be like, "Oh shit, we gotta get home. We gotta get home. It's only like 30 minutes. We have to get home." That's how popular Dragon Ball Z was. That's how fucking popular Dragon Ball Z was. Okay? That's how fucking popular Dragon Ball Z was. It had grown-ups, adults wanted to see that show. Adults, full-fledged fucking adults wanted to see that show. Like, "Oh snap, this is coming out." It was a good show though. I mean, you had nothing. I have nothing against it. Nothing. I don't watch Super though. I don't know. Something is stopping me from watching it. I just don't. Just I know I'll probably get into it. I'll be like, "Oh snap, that shit looks dope. Oh, this show is amazing," but I don't have any reason to watch it other than my nostalgia. Like, "Hey, you should watch the show. The show is dope." But I don't want to watch it. It's okay. I'll watch it some other time. Or not at all. My games are more important right now. I appreciate them more than TV shows, man. Appreciate them more. They're really dope shows. And like I was saying before, Dragon Ball Z used to be the shit, and I think Tenchi Muyo. Remember Tenchi Muyo, and then Tenchi Muyo in Tokyo, or Tenchi Tokyo, Tenchi Muyo, some shit like that. I don't remember everything, but I remember watching that. And I remember watching reruns of the show, too. Remember, that show used to be dope. But I feel like it wasn't as popular as Dragon Ball Z. You know what show I get, like, I get like shit for. I used to get shit for as a teenager back in the day for not watching Gulagan. Used to not watch that show. I should have, but it seemed like a dope show, but never gave it any thought or anything like that. For my mind, didn't really care for it. It's just another TV show. For me, it was just I don't know why I never watched it. That's so weird. I can't even get the name of it. Guru. It's something lagging, some shit like that. I know it was a space show, right? And all the girls liked him or something like that. Um, but my shows used to be Tenchi Muyo, Gundam, and Dragon Ball Z. Those shows used to be my shows. There's also a show that was part of the you that you were not you, but the main character was part of a system, and they were fighting like this virus or some shit like that, and they were all part of a computer network, something like that. I don't remember. It was like this CGI show. I don't know. I don't know the name of it, but I don't remember the name of it. But I used to watch that show, and I used to watch this pirate show. I forgot what it's called too. Yeah, there's all these like really good animes back in the day on Toonami that I don't remember. Let's talk about Toonami, bro. Let's talk about Toonami and how they came back, right? They had these fucking little episodes, right, of Tom becoming this badass character, right? Aliens invaded his ship, and then he had to upgrade his suit to fucking fight off the aliens. That was fucking dope. Those were dope, and I think they were like episodic days, dude. And I think what is it called? What is that song? I mean that band Daft Punk. I think they were on Toonami too. They showed the whole anime thing, the one more time, and then it went into aerodynamic, and then it went to harder, better, faster. It went through the whole album because the whole album was like an anime. That was fucking dope. That was fucking dope. Toonami was the shit back in the day. Toonami was the fucking shit back in the day. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Toonami was the shit. And then you had Adult Swim that had what is this? What are those shows? Trigun, Inuyasha, Cowboy Bebop, and so many other shows. Dude, Cowboy Bebop. That was a show, man. That was really fucking. Yu Yu Hakusho was on. I think Yu Yu Hakusho was on Adult Swim. Then it switched to Toonami, but I'm not too sure. Don't get me wrong. I might be wrong. I think the first animes I think that I got into was Pokemon. Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z was like the first two TV shows that I got into. Because my going back to my memories, the first shows I can really remember is Dragon Ball Z, the episodes where he was like where he was dead and he was traveling the heavens or whatever. I forgot the Kai worlds one. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Okay? No, don't kill me. I could be wrong. But remember those episodes that he was in heaven. I remember that. And that he was like running around and he was talking to King Kai. And then it was Pokemon, Pikachu, and then he having to rescue Pikachu. I think for a kid, at least for me, I think for as a kid, I think you follow Pokemon much more than you will follow Dragon Ball Z. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Don't look at me. Don't kill me. Okay. I was a big Pokemon fan, but I remember being a more Power Ranger fan than I was anime. And then but to go back to it, Gundam. Oh my! And this is what brings me to my next point. Why I brought up anime. If you guys don't mind waiting there for a second, just gotta go behind the green screen real quick. So, this is a Gundam kit. It's unopened. See, there's a packaging on it. It's unopened. It's the full burst. Destiny Gundam. I have Destiny Gundam, but I don't have the full burst. Now, what is a kit? Gundam kit is basically like it's like a Legos for adults. So like, it's like Legos. You put them up. It's not really for adults. Not mainly for adults. It's for like teenagers and adults, because adults kind of build them too. But I was thinking about doing those now. You guys can't see them because they're up there, but I build a bunch of those guys. A bunch. And I wanted to get back into building it. So I was thinking about putting it into a stream. So like I'll stream it like once a month. I'll probably do a Gundam kit. So I'll add it on this channel. So while I'm streaming on can't talk. While I'm streaming on my other channel, I'll be streaming it on this channel as well, Smokin Manny. So I'll be building it while smoking a cigar, just talking to you guys while I build. So you guys can interact with me while I do it. We did a live podcast and that went really well. At least I think it did. I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I got to talk to a couple of people while I was doing the podcast. You guys can see on this page. So I would love to build on stream for you guys and to show you guys how it's done. I'll put my Gundams here too. Like I'll do that later in the future. Probably next podcast. Probably get them down. Reason why I wanted to talk about anime too. To talk about that and pretty much tell you guys what my future endeavors are. It's pretty much talking to you guys with the podcast and actually doing the kills. I called it Kills Builds back in the day when I was doing it on my other channel. So I think I'll keep the name Kills Builds and I'll just add it to this page because basically the same person, right? Or you know what? Let's call it Smoking Builds. New name for new channel, right? Smokin' Build. Yeah. Smokin' Build. Something a little bit kind of dumb. Kind of cool at the same time. tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. You know what I mean? Cigar's not so bad. Drop it like a fucking amateur. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Oh, nothing. Just dropping my cigar on my podcast. Oh, all right. Okay, go then. Oh, I hate when this happens. You see this? I don't know if you guys can see that, but see how this is not burnt right here? But this is. It's like burning through. Hate that. It's alright though. Really good cigar though. It's a pretty good cigar. Will I get it again? No. It's an okay cigar. I dropped it again. We're gonna be talking nonsense to you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna do that for you guys. I think within next month I will be able to do a kills builds. I don't have the proper cutting tool right now to like get it going, and I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up. These kits take a while to do, so most likely I won't get it done in one part. I'll probably do it in like 2 or 3 parts because it takes a while to build it together. Especially, you have to have patience. It's one of those, if you guys don't build like Legos or these Gundam kits, they take a while. You have to build them piece by piece, and they end up turning pretty well. They turn into like this size right here. Action figure. Almost the size of him, actually. Or Chris over there. Do you guys like Gundam? I love Gundam. Gundam's a good show. It was a good show back in the day. Look at that. What's happening over here? Remember watching Gundam when I was a kid, loving Hero from Gundam Wing, and then in G Gundam they all look like Super Saiyans and shit. I think after Dragon Ball Z came out, everybody wanted to be like Dragon Ball Z, so they would make everybody Super Saiyan and shit. Because in G Gundam, when they went into like their fucking super form, they were like golden and their hair would go up. And they'll be like the super form of their Gundam. This guy's super attack was Burning Finger! I remember. And then his nemesis was his master. And then they came out with I think like 5 years, 6 years later, they came out with Dynasty Warriors Gundam, and he was in it. I remember getting all 3 games. I remember beating the stories, but never beating the whole like object of the game, which is like getting everything and getting all like the secret weapons and the Dynasty Wars. I think I got. Did I get the Dynasty Warrior Gundam? I might not have. Might not have. But yeah, I will definitely build that in the future. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more episodes on this channel. But because we're gonna get real good. We're gonna get a lot of stuff done. It's gonna be dope. I promise you. We're gonna have more content on the page. Because I have been thinking a lot, and honestly, I feel like this page is kind of empty because I only post once a week. But that's on me. Or at least I think so. In my opinion. So, like, I think anime shaped my life a little bit. You know, maybe, well, you know, I feel like everything shapes your life, right? From TV shows to whatever else. I hate when they get stuck in you. You got like one of these guys in your mouth. Yeah. Also, I'm erratic. I'm a very erratic person. I have like my personalities all over the fucking place. So I apologize. I do tend to like go off the wall and like talk about different topics in there. As you saw me text earlier, I'm trying to see if I can get another member into the podcast. See if we can have a guest on the podcast today. If not, it's all good in the neighborhood. We got you. You guys are my number one guest. You guys, when you guys come in the podcast and you guys talk to me and you guys have a good time with me, you guys are my number one peeps. My people I go to. Well, you guys are what make the podcast, right? I remember Tenchi Muyo being like this awesome anime. Like I was like, oh man, I wish I was Tenchi. I wish I had Ryoko on my ass. I didn't like anybody else but Ryoko. I only liked Ryoko. I didn't like anybody else. The princess was a bitch. Ryoko was like this badass space pirate. And I loved her to death. Fucking loved her. But she was like this evil space pirate, right? She was supposed to be like, but then she like fell in love with him when he was a kid, which is weird. And but I didn't care, man. I loved her. I loved her, man. I loved her. I loved her so much. I know. I'm like throwing stuff to the side. Excuse me. But as you see, like video games is my number one thing, though. Anime is like like not part of my life anymore. I think anime is secondary to my life right now. Video games is like number one. I don't watch anime anymore. Anime used to be a thing that I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. Like I said before, I used to watch Zoids, Gundam, Dragon Ball Z. There's a can of soda right there. Dragon Ball Z, Tenchi Muyo, Trigun, Cowboy Bebop. And then there was a show with these monsters. I forgot what it was. I think it was called Blue. Was it called Blue? It might have been called Blue, but it was on Adult Swim. And there was like these like fucking creatures, and it was in space, and I forgot a lot of it. But I remember watching it as a teenager. It was really overshadowed by like Cowboy Bebop and Trigun. Those shows were the shit. And then don't get me started on a show that's not even on Toonami. I remember watching it. I think it was on Stars. Helsing. That show was the shit. I don't know if you guys ever watched Helsing, but that show was awesome. I read the comics. The comics were great. Or the manga, or manga. However you guys want to say it, but I used to watch that shit. Helsing. It was like only a 4-episode thing. I don't know if they made more or not. But that show I used to watch on Stars because they put it on Stars. It was dope. This is an amazing fucking show. Also, I'm sorry if this light is bothering you guys. Let me know if it is. Look at that. I have the power. But Helsing. That was the shit. That was the show. That was a show you had to watch. I don't know, or well, yeah, it was a show because it was like 4 episodes or something like that. If you ever had a chance, and you can find it, watch Helsing. But it's something else. Helsing, abridged, not abridged, but it's like the uncensored version of the originals that came out. There was like this Helsing. It made the episodes more gruesome and closer to the manga or manga, however you want to say it, guys. I'm not gonna correct you guys. And then to continue on the whole manga or manga thing, Battle Royale was a good manga that I read. Didn't finish it, couldn't finish it, didn't have the funds. Love Hina was my friend's, and I read it from him. It was a good one. Thing I hated about it though, Love Hina was a very what is it called? It was a very like most mangas, when you read them, you could just read them and they won't be that like oh god, how do I explain that without sounding like an idiot? It was very there was a lot more to read than other mangas. So like if you were to read it, there's like so many bubbles and so many like boxes where you gotta be like, oh shit, I gotta read all this. And if you weren't like ready to sit down and read, you're not gonna read it, like want to read it, as for me at least, right? Because my other mangas that I had, like Battle Royale, it didn't have that much like much stuff like that. That's just me, guys. That's just me. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's how it was. But there was another one that I had. It was, I forgot what it was. Oh my god, dude. There was this manga that I had. It's about a guy, and there was this girl who was who turned into a little girl, and they were in a school, and the guy really liked her sister or something like that. And dude, she had like white hair or something like that, and she had like this fucking thing coming down. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comics. What the hell's wrong with me? Comments, because I whole bunch of them. A field of mangas back in the day. I had a whole like bookshelf of them. I know one of my friends. She used to have like Fruit Basket. I think she had a whole bunch of Sailor Moon comics too. I'm not too sure. I said comments, manga. Sorry, guys. She had a lot. Tell me, guys, if you like manga or not. I did have the Helsing mangas too. Had a whole bunch of them. I didn't know anything. I didn't know they existed before, right? And he's like, "Oh, Manuel." Emmanuel. My full name is Emmanuel. I call myself Manny because it's easy to like say and easier for people to say. He's like, "Oh, Emmanuel, look, Emmanuel, look," and he shows me Love Hina. Look, it's anime. It's a manga. It's called manga. I'm like, oh, what's that? It's a Japanese comic book. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see. And I looked through it. I'm like, oh shit, this is cool. And then I was like, where'd you get this? And I'm like, oh, you know that game store, Wireless Zone. I'm like, yeah, yeah, they have it over there. They have a whole bunch of shit over there. They have anime and everything. I'm like, all right, will do, buddy, will do. So I go over there. And I'm like, I look around. I'm like, oh shit, they got a lot of manga over here. What the fuck? So I was a very like competitive person back in the day. Like, you know what? I want a manga that's like his, but it's better. His is a love story. I want one that has a lot of action in it. And so I got this manga that was about this kid who's like a demon or something like that. I don't remember shit about it. It was like 15, 16 years ago. I remember getting like 20 of the volumes, and then I stopped because high school happened after that, and high school was such like a very what's the word? A very like uh not taxing, but very busy time because I had to focus on schoolwork. You had to really focus on like schoolwork and try to get on your social status. And I was trying to get all this. I was in track and field too, so I was doing all these extracurricular activities, and I kind of fallen out of the manga game. So I didn't really buy much mangas during my high school days. So I fell out of the manga game, and my friends stopped buying manga because they could just read it online. They found a place where they could just read it, and I'm like, oh, okay. Hey man, if you don't have to spend money, right? Like one of my friends used to read Attack on Titan, and he used to know what would happen next in the anime because the manga is always first. They always the anime is always built on the manga, and sometimes they go far away from the manga itself. Naruto, I just don't get mad. I just got into Naruto like recently. I was into Naruto when I was like 15, 16 years old, but I fell off because a friend of mine did this shit. So hear me out. Hear me out, guys. I used to watch Naruto. I used to get into it. I was like, oh shit, oh snap, what's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And then my friend did this thing. I was a young kid. Remember, I want you guys to remember this. I was a young kid. I was 15, 16 years old. I think I was 15. I was 15. And she goes, and she like draws and makes this fan fiction, yaoi. If you guys don't know what yaoi, I don't know if you guys know what yaoi is, but it's like basically like it's gay porn for anime. And she made this. She made, she knew how to draw her ass off, and she made like sexual pictures of them, and she made fan fiction of them, and that shit just threw me off. I hated it. I was like, fuck. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to do anything with Naruto. She ruined it for me. She ruined it for me. And I was up to when I stopped watching Naruto. I was up to I think just when the third Hokage died, I think. I think that's where I was up to. when the third Hokage died. Yeah. And then I stopped. And then I got into it a couple of years ago. It was like 2018, 2017. I got back into it. I watched it all the way from the beginning just so I could remember everything. And right now I'm up to Shippuden, and I'm barely into it. I'm watching it very slowly. I think I'm up to the part where they find is it the 8 tails? It's one of the tails. It's the one that's underwater. I forgot how many tails it had. But I'm up to there. Naruto found out his fucking Rasen Sharingan or some shit like that. It's a really good anime. I enjoy it. I have to watch more. I have to get back into it because there's like 200 episodes left that I have. I'm like, oh. But and then I heard Naruto's coming back, real Naruto, not Boruto, which I heard was bad. But I don't know because I never watched Boruto. Never in my personal opinion did I feel like I should watch Boruto. But that's me. It's so hard for me to get into anime, man. It's so hard. And I got into this anime called Jin. It's a really good anime. It's kind of it's one of those animes you got to sit down for. There's a lot of good action scenes in it, but it's more you got to pay attention to because there's a lot of stuff in it. It's very political. Not political, but it's like people don't like Jin. Jin are basically people who can live forever. They can't die at all. So yeah, that's what I mean by political. Those guys, they get hunted down. It's real good though. It's real good anime. And then I got into, oh my god. So here we go, guys. I want to talk to you guys real quick. Come here. Come here. I just want to say something. I'm tired of these fucking animes that I get into, right? I got into this anime, very old anime. I forgot how old it is. But it's pretty old. I'm pretty sure it was like in the early 2000s that it came out, or maybe the middle 2000s, by like 2010, around there. But it's Saint Seiya. I think that's what it's called. It's one of the animes I got really fucking into. I was like, oh shit, this anime is dope. Oh my fucking god, this anime is fucking awesome. I was watching it and I was like, oh snap, son. Saint Seiya becomes the Pegasus Knight. And I'm like, oh snap, he's almost there. He's not the best yet, but he gets to a point where he's pretty powerful. And then his teacher dies by his fucking brother, who becomes the devil, which is fucked up. His brother's killed, right? His brother gets corrupted, becomes the devil. Devil takes over his body. He becomes the devil, and they're not even real brother and sister. They're like orphans, and they call each other brother and sister. And he has a brother. His brother becomes the devil, and his sister becomes the princess or the queen, right? And they have to protect her no matter what. If she dies, then bad shit happens. So they have to protect her, right? So that's the basis. So he finds out his brother is the devil, and then he sees that his brother kills his master, the guy who teaches him how to become whatever he becomes. And he's like, all right, it's time to kill you. I know now that you're not my brother and you're really the devil. And the devil's like, yes. And then the devil leaves, and then the princess is like, or the princess or queen, I forgot if she's a queen or a princess. I think she's a princess right now. She goes, hey, listen, we gotta, we gotta become stronger. We gotta become stronger and beat this guy, beat the devil. And he's like, yes, we have to. And it ends right there, right? I'm like, all right, awesome. Where's the next season? They never made one. They never made another season. I think there was only 2 seasons, and they never made another season. It got canceled. Shit. It was so good. 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 That killed me. That killed me, man. So, hey, man. I got into, like... That's why I don't get into anime, man. One, either they stop making more episodes for it, or it just takes too long. Like, good example is My Hero Academia, right? I watched the shit out of it. I used to. Let me back the fuck up. I used to watch a lot of My Hero Academia. I used to keep up. And then I think the 4th or 5th season, I stopped. And I was just waiting for the next season to come out. And then the next season came out, and then I just didn't watch it because work and everything. I had to do a lot of work, and then watching is kind of hard while working because I have a job that's very demanding, and I just forgot. I just kept on forgetting about it. You know what I mean? I just forgot about it. And more episodes kept coming in. And what I mean by it's too long is that it just... I kind of drop out of TV shows and anime shows because honestly I'm tired. I just want a resolution. At one point, at some kind of point, I get to a point where I'm like, I want a resolution to this. You know what I mean? Like, I want there to be an ending. I don't want it to keep going. That may just be me, and I'm just bitching and moaning for no reason, but I feel like that's what happens. TV shows like Family Guy or cartoon shows like that are different because they don't have there's no resolution. The show is continuously about, I'm gonna say, nothing. There's no like there's no big thing that they're heading toward. It's just a continuous loop of just jokes and whatever. It's never gonna end because there's no resolution because there's no need for one. You know what I mean? But yeah, I remember there was a show. I think it's called Elfen Lied. I don't know if you guys remember Anime Network. I mean, I think there is still an Anime Network, but I don't know if you guys remember it. Anime Network was the shit. Anime Network was pretty much this remember it was a channel where they had a whole bunch of anime, like what kind of anime you wanted to watch. And they had Elfen Lied. Damn. Elfen Lied. There was shit. There was Ghost Stories, which was which was a horrible show, which was just a stupid show. I think it was called Ghost Stories. It was basically a parody show. And if you were to watch the Japanese version of that show, it's nothing like the English version, because the English and Japanese, because the English version, I think they didn't get the Japanese translation or something, so they decided to make it a comedy. I don't know the real story behind it, but it is fucking hilarious. Oh, my cigar went out. Did I put my thing back in? Hold on. No, I didn't. So, oh, there it is. It's fucking hilarious. And they had another show where it was like Sailor Moon, but she had to use a guy. It sounds wrong. I think these guys were like these they had like these special powers, and she had to morph with them and become like this pre-tier. There you go. It was like Sailor Moon, and she like combined with people. She combined with these guys, and her became like this. She had like a new dress for each person she morphed with. It was actually a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I actually had the song on my like playlist. And there was this show that was like Gundam, that you had to be very I'm not talking about Evangelion. Evangelion is a really good show too. I used to watch that as well. The ending was very weird. I heard the movies that are on Netflix, I think, fix it or something like that. I don't remember. But the ending of that show was weird as shit. But besides the point, there was a show called Rasefan on Anime Network. It was like Gundam. It was like Evangelion, but it was more slow. It was very slow. But when you got into it and you put in the watch time, it was fucking phenomenal. I had a blast with that show. It was a really good one. That, Elfen Lied, which was a show about a girl who was experimented on, and then she forgot her memory, I think. And she had these fucking hands, these invisible hands that could cut through anything and shit. And it was a really good show. It was a fucked up show too, cause that show had no problems killing anybody. This little girl who was pretty much the same as the main girl, but she cut her limbs off. She cut her arms and legs off, left her there limbless, just there like bleeding and shit. I think she survived, but that show had no chill. No chill. She was massacring everybody. She was fuck you bitch, fuck you bitch, fuck you bitch. When they showed the first episode, I think the first episode was like a complete massacre. Cause she finally like escaped containment and she started massacring every fucking body. Like just cutting off people's heads off and fucking limbs was everywhere and shit. And I was like, oh snap, 15-year-old 15-year-old watching this show, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, holy shit. Whoa. This show was dope. I enjoyed the shit out of that show. That show was fucking phenomenal. My god. Damn, man. I think they brought Toonami back, but I'm not too sure. I don't watch Cartoon Network anymore. But I heard they brought Toonami back. Toonami is that was a big part of my childhood, man. Watching all those shows and all those like cuts that they used to have. I remember like they were yesterday, man. I still remember it. Like when you're sitting down watching TV, you're like, oh my god. And then Tom would be like, don't you go anywhere. Dragon Ball Z is next. Or, you are now watching Tenchi Muyo. Stay tuned for Dragon Ball Z. Man, it would be so good to go back just to see how that was. Well, I guess you could watch a YouTube video on those cuts and how they were. Remember the first time watching Goku go to Super Saiyan, man? I remember, this is how I remember it, at least for me. I think we were in the first stages of moving from house to house. So back in my original apartment, the one I grew up in, or the apartment that I remember growing up in, I was watching Supermarket Sweep, I think after that though. So I watched Goku transform for the first time. It was the most epic moment I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? I was like, oh snap. Oh, what the fuck is that? What is that, man? His hair is yellow now. He's more powerful than before. And then Frieza's like, oh, no. It can't be. You're just a monkey. Some shit like that. Frieza, the first drag queen ever. Because that motherfucker was flamboyant as shit. Flamboyant as shit. Beautiful guy, though. Beautiful. But that was an epic moment. And ever since then, we call everything Super Saiyan when it's fucking when you're going hard as hell. When you're working hard, you're like, I'm going Super Saiyan right now. Or when you're playing a video game and you're going hard in that video game, I'm going Super Saiyan. It's time for Super Saiyan mode. And even though Sonic did it first, because he became Super Sonic in another video game before Goku turned Super Saiyan, he will always be Super Saiyan Sonic. I remember playing Sonic Adventure. This is the first time I ever saw a Super Sonic, because I didn't have a Sega Genesis or a Sega. I never had a Sega console in my life. So I was playing Sonic Adventure, the first one. Playing Sonic Adventure, and then he's like, and Tails is like, Chaos used all the bad energy. I was about to say Goku. Sonic, you can use the good energy and use power and use the Chaos Emerald's power to beat him. And I was like, what's going on here? And then he started flying. The fucking Chaos Emeralds are like going around him. And he's like, yeah. And he becomes like a fucking yellow and shit. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit! Sonic is Super Saiyan! Oh shit! Super Saiyan Sonic! Oh! It's happening! Dude, that phenomenal game, by the way. I feel like Sonic Adventure 1 is way better than Sonic Adventure 2. Alright, before you guys with the hate comments. What? Listen to me. This fucking chair. Stop. Listen to me. This is me. Back up, okay? I totally understand. You guys can get mad all you guys want. Sonic Adventure 1. By far. Better graphics. Way better graphics. There was an open world to it. I mean, I know it's more open area more than open world, but at least I could run around as Sonic and interact with people. Sonic Adventure 2, you choose a stage, you get a story. The songs are higher than their voices, and I just have a much better time playing Sonic Adventure 1 than I do Part 2. Mind you, they did a lot of stuff that is better in Part 2 than Part 1, but overall playability, Part 1. Mind you, I had a blast with Part 2. I did. Hate the shit out of the Eggman and Tail stages, though. They could have done without those. But I had fun playing Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Sonic Adventure 2. Shadow was a great addition. They did a good job with Shadow. Did a really good job. Really good job. And I appreciated everything about it. But Sonic Adventure 1 was way better. Way better. In my opinion. You guys probably have a much different opinion. But, that being said, we ran out of cigar. We had fun. I went on a rant a little bit. We talked about different anime, mangas, and video games at the same time. I promise the next podcast will be much better. This one was like a do together podcast. I'm getting my room together to be more open. As you see, my computer's right here. My computer's up there. You guys can't see it. It's right up there. It's this box right here. It's my modem, my switch, my 3 monitors. There's a 4th monitor right there. You see where the headphones are? That's my 4th monitor. That is purely for display. I have it on when I'm doing my podcast, and I need a 4th monitor. This way, I could have put the monitor here. The display here, but I didn't want to, because I'm looking this way, and I don't want to try to. Because you guys, I want to see. I want to look at you guys. Look over here. It's not that bad, you know. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. This has been a fun podcast. I had fun editing it. Not editing it. I don't know what to. Talking and just saying whatever the fuck is on my mind. Would like to reiterate, I am very, very, very like all over the place. So I don't stay on one thing, and I talk about a whole bunch of different things. That's why I jump from manga, anime, video games, Sonic, Goku, and all this other shit. But if you guys can, please like the video, comment on the video. I would like to know what you guys think, what you guys want to be talked about. It'd be nice to hear your guys' opinion, like I heard on the live podcast. That was really fun and really dope to do. We don't have many episodes left, so guys, start doing shit, because this podcast is almost over. Well, at least this season is almost over. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and as always, have a good one. Mahalo.